San Francisco 49ers taking on the Miami Dolphins.
Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports.
And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Right away, they'll change the look. Purdy going to the air right away.
Oh, he's going to take a shot right away.
Oh, he had a man open. He overshot him. It's incomplete.
Oh, man, that is just a flat miss. He's in the pocket. The protection holds up. He sees his man come free, but maybe he just gets a little excited about the prospect of a long touchdown.
Second and 10. Here's Purdy. This ball tipped, and it's going to be incomplete. Fortunate maybe to get that back. It's third down.
This defense has passed its first two tests by forcing back-to-back incompletions. They know there's probably another throw coming on third down. Let's see if they decide to force the issue by sending people on a blitz.
So now an early 3rd and 10 here on their opening drive.
Purdy looking to throw. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on third down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
Brandon, watching their tape from last week, I saw plenty of plays like we just saw there, forcing incompletions. It was key in their win last week. They're hoping the same thing happens this time out, too.
Wishnowski on to punt as he sends this one away.
That's pulled in at the 32. So possession goes over here on the punt, and it'll be Dolphin football. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Steal! Check steal! Hey, check mega!
Here's A-Chain to begin the drive. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. Well, this defense for the Niners, they were terrific a week ago in the win over Seattle.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run.
6, mega, 6.
Right back to A-Chain on 2nd down.
And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. The 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
An extra DB for the 49ers now on 3rd.
And Lance going to throw. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
The Dolphins will send out the punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Just a 25-yard punt, not what he was hoping for by any stretch.
At their own 32-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
A quick first down pickup. Good start after going 3 and out on their opening drive. First carry for Christian McCaffrey. And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
How about the job there on the outside? Shed the wide receiver and was able to make the tackle on the perimeter.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11.
Purdy.
The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. Bradley Chubb doing what he does best, getting that sack.
Well, last game he had 2 sacks. Got another one here, picked up right where he left off.
Brandon, he spent the entire offseason working on new moves, new techniques, trying to add to his arsenal of pass rush moves. Certainly paying dividends in what we've seen so far.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long.
Purdy off the play fake.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
That looks like it's going to be 2 empty possessions now to start this football game. I think they're going to have to sit down and talk about what worked for them last week in their win. Sometimes you over-game plan, overthink things. Get back to what works.
Fielded just inside the 20. 45 yards, that's what the punt goes for. 5 on the return. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And the first drive, 3 and out. Second possession, see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out.
Oh, this is intercepted, intended for Hill.
Picked up by Talanoa Hufanga.
And a terrific return as he takes this thing all the way down near the 20-yard line.
So this is something we didn't see at all from this offense in the victory last week. That's a turnover. They didn't have any, but giving the ball away here in the opening quarter.
I love the surprise in your voice because it's exactly what you stated. Didn't see it last week, but it's a key to their win. And it'll be a key to this game as well, protecting the football. Didn't get it done there.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, we all know the guy carrying the ball is going to get the credit, both in the stat line and probably in the newspaper. But guess what? Those guys creating holes, they couldn't feel better about themselves right now. Offensive line, tight end, probably even the wide receivers are involved. They're moving the ball well.
A 2nd down throw for Purdy.
Open man is Samuel, complete.
And the 49ers are going to be set up with a 1st and goal here as the tackle made at the 9.
I think that's a big pickup for a 1st down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a 1st down. Executed it to perfection. On 1st down, this is McCaffrey. He pushes forward for maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line.
That's good power football on 1st and goal. A lot of teams will throw from there, but that's a nice job to chew up a few more yards and get yourself closer to the goal line.
The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. Again, McCaffrey. And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is the time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal.
McCaffrey. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. 3 plays, all resulting in 3-yard carries to bring up 4th down. Defense keeps him out of the end zone there. Now, will they go for it? And if so, can they do it one more time?
Yeah, I just don't know if it's worth it going for it because what we've seen from the defense so far, every gap is taken care of. Everyone is sound in their coverage. No one is breaking free. And those ball carriers are getting tagged. If I were them, I'd think very hard about just taking 3 points and taking their dignity and moving on.
And the ball's at the 2, spotted at the 2, so a pretty good chunk to go.
They'll run for it. McCaffrey. Oh, and I think he went backward. He did. McCaffrey turned away on 4th and goal. And the Dolphins celebrate their goal line stand.
Partner, when you see a running play stop short like that, you just know that the defensive front, they won the battle of leverage and created the push back into the opposing backfield.
And for the offensive coordinator, whether you had 1 yard to go or 20 yards to go on 4th down, now you're probably saying, oh, maybe I should have passed it, right?
Yeah, hindsight is always 20/20.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Got it?
2nd and 7.
Strike it. Check, smash. Trouble, 38. Ready.
A-Chain on the counter.
And he'll find a little space. He gets us up near the 10. It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the 1st down marker, and now it's 3rd down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Here we go, set.
We're scoreless after 1. Second quarter from Miami. It's the Dolphins with the football.
Here we go.
49ers have an extra defensive back on the field. A nickel set for 3rd down.
They'll run for it with A-Chain.
Oh, he's got a little daylight. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 34 yards there and a 1st down. Pretty explosive run on that inside handoff. And when you're a runner of his caliber, you don't need a big crease.
You really don't, but also what we're seeing is an offensive line that's taking charge at the point of attack, aren't we? Not only are they controlling the initial contact,
They're actually utilizing what they call the strain, the next 2 to 3 seconds, to continue to move people.
Ready.
Just like that, out of danger and up past the 40 now for 1st and 10. Throwing now is Lance. And down he goes. The 49ers get there. It looks like a loss of right around 11 there on 1st down to set him back on 2nd.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
Steel, black. Ready?
To throw, it's Lance. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're saying.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete.
Ready, ready.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Ready.
From the gun, it's Lance. They'll roll him out right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. Oh, what was he thinking there? It's easily intercepted. Picked off by Fred Warner. And the Niners are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. They start near midfield following the interception as they begin 1st and 10. Purdy looking to throw on 1st down here. That's Samuel caught left. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. And the defense not able to get it. From a defensive perspective, what's that moment like when you realize the ball is loose?
It is a moment where all concentration goes right to the football. This is something you've talked about in all your preparation for the game. And you probably talked about this training camp. Knock the ball free, take it away from the other team, and now you have that chance. There's a little bit of deflation when they end up recovering it.
They knocked it free, but couldn't take it away. Up from the secondary to make the tackle, Jalen Ramsey.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
Short completion, just 4 yards. And that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line. But once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down.
I really like what he did there because he took his practice work and converted it to game action because he used his hands, got off the block, worked laterally and stayed to the outside, and finished off the runner for a loss.
And his kick is indeed good. And the 49ers take a 3-0 lead. So the defense able to force the interception, and the offense working their way to field goal range and able to get 3 out of it.
Yeah, and give them credit for that. They took the ball, maneuvered it downfield, and while they couldn't get exactly what they wanted, which was a touchdown, they did get 3 points out of it. So they paid off what the defense gave them. Both sides would be thrilled with that.
Let's go.
1st down Miami as they get set to start the drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together. and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily when you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down.
Ready?
Achane now up the middle to about the 48-yard line. The Dolphins at 3-1 here through their first 4 games. And they're hitting their stride of late. Winners of 3 of their last 4.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Second down and 6 now. And Lance now to throw. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by Ambry Thomas. And into the end zone. A pick 6 for the 49er D as they score the touchdown. Jake Moody now for the point after. It's up and good, and that'll increase their lead to 10-zip. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Right back to Achane on second down. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Here we go.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Hey, full fury.
Again, it's Achane. And some nifty running here as he'll take this across midfield and down to the 47. 82 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. Well, he's broken off some big-time runs here in this first half.
Yeah, let's just face it. When you go into a game, you think you've got the plays that are going to work, but when you actually get out there and they're starting to happen, your confidence rises, and he's running with terrific ability right now.
Achane on 1st and 10. And after the good game last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Now Lance looking to change it up.
Ready.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting it before the ball arrived. And I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40.
They asked him to take charge and get them to a spot where they could at least attempt a kick before the half, and he does just that. Didn't trust what he saw downfield, so he took it upon himself to get them into field goal range using his legs. That's coming through with a play they needed in a big spot.
So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. This will be from 56 yards out. And this one is no good. He missed it, and they will not cut into that 10-point lead.
And anytime you see a kicker trot out to try one from 56 yards, you know everything's got to come off perfectly for it to have a chance. If the laces aren't quite right, if he doesn't hit the fat part of the ball just right, it's unlikely to go through, and that one winds up no good.
The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey, and they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle, but give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
2nd and 9.
They'll bring a receiver in motion right.
Purdy now on 2nd down.
Quick hitter here, it's complete. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. The catch and run pays off to the tune of 35 yards. That's evidence of why you spend a high draft pick on a receiver, isn't it, Charles?
It certainly is, his ability to make plays like that, and we've seen flashes of it from him so far in his rookie season. But also, it opens things up for the rest of the offense because they have to bring more attention to him as well.
And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up a 2nd and just about a few inches here.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before that he always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
Give him 2 yards. That sets him up 1st and goal.
Well, that was a unit that understood exactly where the first down marker was, handed it to their guy who could run it, created some space, and he got there.
They'll try to run with McCaffrey. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. And he'll take this into the end zone for a San Francisco touchdown.
Christian McCaffrey
As the first half is winding down.
and the Niners will extend their lead here just before halftime. Moody good with the extra point.
And that makes our score 17-0.
17. Dolphins, nothing.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25.
Here we go.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
He continues to be effective running the football, a big reason that they have the lead.
And I love one of the quotes that I read about him where he said of himself, I love it when a team just hops on my back and I just carry them along.
Ready?
On 1st and 10, here's Lance.
That'll be incomplete. incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock.
Well, this defense is certainly organized and playing off of each other because the rush is providing pressure and the coverage is forcing incompletions and capitalizing on mistakes. When you get every level on defense hitting at once, you get first-half scores just like this one.
Shot, 17. Ready.
Not wanting to take a chance this time, they'll keep it on the ground. And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the second down play, they burn the timeout, making them sweat out the final few ticks here in the second quarter.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle.
Ready.
3rd and 12. Now a play fake. Lance. And this will be incomplete. 1 second left to go.
Well, based on what we've seen so far, I don't think you can even call this an off day anymore, partner, because this group we're watching, they are totally out of rhythm, trying to get their game plan up and running. That 0 on the scoreboard is glaring down at them with every incompletion.
Ready.
A final shot before half for Lance. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we go up to Orlando now and hand it over to Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3.
Jake Moody to kick off for the 49ers.
A very one-sided first half. 17-0 our score as we get going in quarter number 3. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Down.
The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball to the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game. Man, these guys may not win this ball game, but you certainly can't fault the effort of this man here today. He's been a real thorn in their sides all afternoon. And that last carry puts him over the 100-yard mark.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. A-chain here. They stay on the ground. And a pretty good burst there as he'll get this across midfield and down to the 46. 118 yards rushing for him in the ball game now on 14 carries. He's done his part sailing past the century mark on the ground with rushing yardage, but his team, a different story.
Yeah, they're down big in this ball game, so sometimes you wonder to yourself how much of that is him with a great performance and how much of that is the defense just loosening up because they have a big lead.
And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
And that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
From the 42-yard line, here's 2nd down and 5.
Go red.
A give up the middle to A-chain. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10.
Achane gets it from the gun and able to get this to the 31.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. Was that 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it.
Ready.
Here's Lance.
Over the middle, and there's a diving catch. That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a first down there.
I'd have to say that whenever you see a good post route run, they do not like to let it end without the catch. Hence, that great diving play.
Yeah, lay it up there, let him go get it, and he got it.
10 seconds.
Now Lance wants to change him up. Out of the gun, here's a give to Achane.
And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. 2 yards on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
Here's a 2nd and 8. Here's Lance to throw it.
Flushed out, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. It'll be a loss of only a couple on the sack, but now it'll bring up 3rd down.
You know, on these types of plays, we're always looking to assess blame. Okay, where did it break down? Sometimes it's just a great play.
It's been a pretty long drive. This will be play number 9, and they need 10 yards out of it on 3rd.
Ready.
Now Lance.
Touchdown, Dolphins. Devon Achane, his 6th touchdown of the season.
And the Dolphins are able to cut into this lead as they score on the opening drive of the second half.
That's the score you felt they had to have here in the 3rd quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there's an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard and you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders.
And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And they were terrific in the first half, built up a sizable lead, and it's just been cut into a bit following the opening drive score on the other side. But this is a unit that has to be itching to get the football again.
You could say that again. They've got to be pretty eager because, let's face it, they've had to sit through halftime, then sit on the sidelines and watch that drive. So you can bet that they're saying, let's get on with this. We got to go out there and get some more points. That's the 2nd sack of the game. The best defensive ends, they do their homework as much as offensive guys do. They know how to beat the offensive lineman across from them, what moves they need to do to set them up. This guy's been pretty good at it all game long.
Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Trying to get to the outside. This is McCaffrey. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
That is certainly one way to frustrate a quarterback. When there's extra defenders on the field, dime package, lots of speed, no space to fit into football.
Here comes the 49ers punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Fielded at the 33. It's a 45-yard punt, 6 yards on the return.
They're on the 39-yard line.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive.
Right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits here. We'll see if this offense is once again up to the task.
Yeah, and I think that after the last drive, they've gotten pretty revved up, don't you think? Everything they were doing was working pretty well. They go back out there with the same mindset, play at the same tempo and the same pace. Still a lot of time left to make something happen in this one.
Here's a 4-receiver look now. 3 of those guys out to the right side on 2nd and 8.
Clock 10. Blue.
Lance looking to throw it. This one thrown underneath to A-Chain. And he'll get it out to midfield. Once again, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy on the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
145 yards rushing for him now as his sensational afternoon continues. 2nd down and 3. Looking to throw. Lance. They set up the screen to A-Chain. So the screen good for only 2. Now it's 3rd down.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters.
Come on, set.
They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
Hey, go steal. Hey,
in motion, the tight end. 3rd down, here's A-Chain. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. It's Jair Brown who's got it. Well, down 2 scores in the 4th quarter. It maybe wasn't quite desperation time, but it was getting close. And that interception there on the deep ball, that probably slams the door on their chances.
And maybe that was the thought process, that it wasn't quite desperation time. So now you take the shot before they're going to lay back any farther on defense. Go ahead and throw it downfield. Unfortunately, it didn't work.
A handoff, McCaffrey running right. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. Christian McCaffrey with career touchdown number 91. He joins a group that includes Tony Dorsett and Isaac Bruce, among others. And the 49ers are closing in on a 4-1 start as they extend their 4th quarter lead. Moody good with the extra point, and that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17.
Jake Moody to kick off for the 49ers.
So following the touchdown, here's Moody back out to send it away. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25.
Here we go, set.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. It's A-Chain on the give. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
Another good run for him. What else is new? That'll put him right at 150 yards for the game. So he's really made his presence felt in this one.
Blaster, stay. Ready.
From the gun on third down. Lance, he dumps it off to A-Chain. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down by about a yard. It's a gain of 5 on 3rd and 4.
Well, they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Here's 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Lance. And that's caught inside the 35. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Jalen Waddle, 64 yards. And the Dolphins have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th.
You got to understand situational football because they're playing with the lead here late in the ball game. So the back defender has got to be as deep as the deepest receiver. Keep everything in front of you, rally up and make the play.
Yeah, you would think they had the 3-score lead. Now it's down to 2, but 3-score lead here late. But they wouldn't give up a big pass play like that, but they did. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball. Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there, and on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing, in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously, but at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
From the 38 now, here's 2nd down and 2. Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. And he's going to have a Niners first down. His good running gets him to about the 44. It carries like that. That's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
They'll try and burn some clock now with McCaffrey. Now he's into the clear again. Christian McCaffrey, touchdown, 49ers. Christian McCaffrey, his 3rd touchdown of the game, number 11 on the year. And the 49ers are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead. Moody good with the extra point. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17.
Dolphins 14.
So here's Moody back out there now to send this one away. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25.
Let's go.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive.
Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
On the ready.
The Dolphins on third down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. They're looking at third and a few inches.
Smith red. Check white. Smack. Smack. Set. Go.
On the handoff, it's A-Chain.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down.
183 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
Ready.
And now they'll throw with Lance.
Short pass to Howard. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score.
Hey, go Fury. Hut, hut.
They'll run it. Here's A-Chain.
And able to work his way down to the 16. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
And when you get good yardage like that on first down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
Right back to A-Chain on 2nd down.
And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Devon A-Chain with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year.
And the Dolphins are able to make some inroads here to that deficit.
And that touchdown puts us in a position to have a discussion, doesn't it? Now it'll be a 2-score game after the conversion.
Yeah, I mean, there's no doubt with a 2-score game they're going to have to onside kick it. We'll just see if they've got a miracle up their sleeve.
And you wonder what onside kicks they're going to use and in what sequence if they hope to have a chance to win this game.
Jason Sanders, the kickoff for Miami.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
They're on the 25-yard line.
We've got to have 2 hands on the football here as they run on first down.
And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
That one looks like he'll throw here. He sets to fire deep. And that's caught inside the 30. A big play there for the Niners. 51 yards.
First down, San Francisco. Let's go.
So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. A handoff left, McCaffrey.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
So the victory here for San Francisco. And we talk so much about the turnover battle determining who wins and who loses.